It's Friday afternoon in Sydney, and that means it's time for Friday Beers with Marc and Stuart. I'm Stuart Roberts.
I'm Marc Hennis.
And we're the founders of Pitt Street Research, Australia's leading provider of issuer-sponsored equity research, focused on small and mid-cap companies publicly traded on the Australian Securities Exchange. Marc, it's been a couple of weeks since we did Friday Beers. I've been missing you, but where the heck have you been?
I miss you. I've been to Europe, actually.
Right.
A little trip to see my favorite team play.
Right.
Ajax Amsterdam.
Right.
A little bit of business as well.
Right.
But mostly fun. So, so Ajax Amsterdam play Juventus in Italy.
And it's fair to say you are a one-eyed IS fan. There's no other club out there for you, right?
No, well, except for Barcelona.
Right. Okay.
So we flew to Italy to see Juventus play.
Thanks for this. This is this was my souvenir coming back. Yeah.
And then we flew to Spain to see Barcelona play number 2, Atletico Madrid.
Right.
So yeah, it was an awesome week. So together with my son. And it got me thinking, actually, on that trip. There's a number of listed clubs in Europe. So Ajax Amsterdam is one of them. Market cap well over 300 million. Manchester United.
So you can buy a stock in a piece of your club if you wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Your health, sir.
Cheers. Manchester United, market cap 3.2 billion.
Right.
Juventus in Italy, 1.6 billion. And so that got me thinking. The fate of the share price is very much linked to the fate of the club on the pitch.
Right.
So there's a strong correlation there.
And in the case of Vice, that stock has performed quite nicely due to their on-field performance in recent days.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see similar trends at Juventus. They've done really well after they signed Ronaldo last year. But it got me thinking. There might be a few teams listed in Australia, actually, in this space. So I had a look at the Brisbane Broncos.
Yes.
Never heard of them, but do you have the insights on those guys?
Well, as a long-time rugby league fan, Marc, and I realise we have different tastes in football. You're missing out here. Now, I'm a Roosters fan. Have been since 1981. We will be till the day I die.
Right.
However, I have strong respect for the Broncos, and as a business, it's not bad. 50 million in revenue in the 2018 calendar year. NPAT of about 2. They actually there's a decent multiple of them. You can buy them for about 20 times earnings, and the stock's actually held up in spite of the fact that the Broncos are having a terrible year. So we're coming up to fifth week of the season for NRL 2019, and my beloved Roosters are number 2 on the table at the moment, and the Broncos are down about number 13. Right. So they've only won one game this year. So
do you see that same correlation between performance on the pitch and performance on the stock exchange?
Absolutely. It's. I mean, if they have a bad year, people are going to be selling their stock. Now, it's Brisbane, so they have a pretty loyal fan base. So it's about the closest you come to the Manchester effect, where there are fans right around the world.
Okay.
So at the right time, this could be great buying. If you had a poor season, and remember, Broncos haven't won a pennant since 2006. They came close in 2015. But if they suddenly drop to the wooden spoon, but then turn themselves around, this could be a nice little investment.
Let's keep an eye on that one.
Right. But of course, the big game in town isn't football at the moment. It's the federal election, which has just been called.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right. Now,
actually, ABC tried to, SBS I should say, tried to interview me this morning. Near the Manly Ferries. And I said, oh, sorry guys, I'm not allowed to vote, so go find someone else.
Well, I am voting, and frankly, I'm a little alarmed. I mean, you've seen some of the policy initiatives coming out from the likely government we're going to get out of this election. Now, without labouring the point about changes in CGT concessions and franking credits and so forth, it's not looking good for the kind of prosperity we've had in Australia in recent years.
Time to leave the country.
I think you agree with me. The best way to play this game is via Flight Centre.
Absolutely.
Because obviously they're going to have a big upswing of people leaving the country. We've even got
as soon as Labor wins.
As soon as Labor wins. Now, so my prediction: top destinations for people leaving: Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Cambodia, Italy, Portugal. All countries with good retirement visas. So folks that are close to retirement.
Unlike us.
I mean, we're going to be forced to work into our 70s to support Labor's campaign promises.
That's another 25 years there.
Now, that got me thinking.
On that point, by the way, Australia is probably rich enough to be able to afford a Labor government. All the money they will be giving away.
We've been there before. 1972, 1983, 2008. Anyway, history repeats itself. But our little joke about Flight Centre got me thinking. If you look at the chart of Flight Centre, it's been one of the worst performers on the ASX 200 over the last 12 months. Stock was about $66 back in August 2017. You can get it for
Right.
43 today. Now, I'm intrigued by that. Flight Centre has been an outstanding growth story, pretty much from nothing at founding, up to the global powerhouse it is today, where it's one of only 4 truly global travel management companies. The stock has been slaughtered because of the belief that the Australian leisure business has has reached the limits of its growth. Now, if you know anything of the history of this company under Screw Turner, Screw is his nickname, real name Graham Turner, they'll figure out how to turn that around. But what's interesting is they've been investing very heavily in corporate travel management, not an area that a lot of companies have been willing to grow in recent years. But you know, and I know we're on the planes all the time looking for business opportunities.
Right.
I think that's probably a turnaround opportunity.
Right.
So for the contrarians, worth taking a look at.
Absolutely. Let's keep a close eye on that one.
Yes.
So Stu, I had a look at this one, Fred, and as the label said, this is an ugly SOB.
Right.
Even but anyway, apparently goes very well with Mexican food.
With Mexican food, which obviously one of the destinations we'll be going to if Bill Shorten wins the election. Right? Okay, so this comes from Murray's Brewery from the Port Stephens district of New South Wales. Now, I grew up not far away from Bob's Farm in the Port Stephens area where this brewery is located. So an easy 40-kilometre bike ride. But frankly, I wouldn't want to ride my bike 40 kilometres because I wouldn't get back. This is superb drinking.
This is India Pale Ale? Or?
Yeah, it's a pretty hopped up pale ale. The estimates are that the IBU is 75. Now, I don't know how that's possible. That should really blast your taste buds out with hops that high. It's actually very, very pleasant drinking, although it's hopped up. Now, my guess is that the citrus there is probably Cascade. There's a bit of a woody flavour, which would be Crystal.
Yeah, I don't know. I just taste beer. Anyway.
Good to have you back from Europe, where I presume you've been drinking nothing but lagers over there.
Yeah, a lot of Heineken.
Right.
A lot of headaches. As a result of that.
Yeah, I bought the Nurofen just in case you'd still need it, and Bill Shorten wins the election. Now, 5.6% on the alcohol, and these guys specialise in these kind of quirky little beers. So if you're in the Newcastle Lower Hunter area and you're looking for a nice Saturday afternoon in the very picturesque Port Stephens area, go past this brew pub.
Say hi to Fred.
And say hello to Fred and taste some of his other. Make sure there's a designated driver and taste some of the other beers there, because this is very good drinking.
All right. To your health.
And that's what we have time for this week. So happy investing and good luck in picking your immigration destination.
Cheers.